In the midst of war, chaos reigned as bombs fell from the sky, tearing apart lives and landscapes alike. Amidst this turmoil, a young soldier named Min found himself in a desolate village, where the echoes of gunfire pierced the air. As he navigated through the wreckage, he stumbled upon a small figure huddled in a corner, trembling in fear. It was a boy, no more than 8 years old, his eyes wide with terror and despair. Min's heart sank at the sight. The boy was all alone, the remnants of his family scattered like the debris around them. Without hesitation, Min scooped the boy into his arms, vowing to protect him from the horrors that surrounded them. They made their way back to Min's village, where the villagers welcomed them with mixed feelings, relief for the boy's safety and sorrow for the loss of their own loved ones. For a few weeks, life became a semblance of normalcy. Min, despite his duties as a soldier, took it upon himself to care for the boy, whom he named On. He shared his meager rations, taught On how to fish, and told him stories of bravery and hope. The bond between them grew, forged in the fires of adversity and nurtured by compassion. However, as the war raged on, Min received orders to return to the front lines. The night before he left, he knelt beside On's sleeping form and whispered promises of return. "I will come back for you, little brother," he vowed, tears brimming in his eyes. But deep down, he feared the uncertainty of war and what it might bring. The years passed, and the war eventually came to an end, but Min's life was forever changed. He had witnessed countless friends fall and had been haunted by memories of conflict. He returned to the village, but it was no longer the same. Many had left, others had perished. Amidst the rubble of the past, Min searched for On, but the boy was nowhere to be found. Time moved on, and Min tried to rebuild his life. He found solace in farming, planting seeds in the hope that life would flourish again. Yet, the absence of On lingered in his heart. He often wondered what had become of the boy he had saved, hoping he had found a better life. Years later, Min was an older man, weathered by the trials of life but still filled with resilience. One day, as he sold vegetables at the local market, he noticed a commotion in the square. A crowd had gathered, eyes glued to a sleek, luxurious car that had just pulled up. From it emerged a well-dressed man, exuding confidence and power. Min was taken aback as he caught a glimpse of the man's face. There was something familiar about him. The crowd buzzed with excitement, speculating about the identity of the newcomer. As the man walked toward Min, time seemed to stand still. It was On, now grown, with an aura of success that spoke volumes. Min's heart raced, and he felt a rush of emotions, joy, disbelief, and a hint of pride. On? Min's voice trembled, barely above a whisper. On turned, his eyes widening with recognition. Min! I can't believe it's you. The two embraced, tears streaming down their faces. In that moment, the years melted away, and the bond they had forged in the midst of war reconnected. As they pulled back, On studied Min's face, noticing the lines etched by hardship. "I've been looking for you," he said, his voice filled with warmth. "After the war, I was taken in by a kind family. They raised me, but I never forgot the soldier who saved my life." Min's heart swelled. "I always hoped you were safe. I tried to find you." His voice trailed off, overwhelmed by emotions. "I owe my life to you, Min. You taught me resilience and hope," On said, his voice firm. "And now, I want to give back." With that, On revealed that he had become the CEO of a successful corporation, and he was committed to making a difference in their community. He extended an invitation to Min, offering him a place to live at his estate. "You deserve a comfortable life after everything you've done," On insisted. Min hesitated, overwhelmed by the offer. He had spent years living a modest life, finding pride in his independence. But the thought of being cared for by the boy he had saved brought a warmth to his heart that he could not deny. Days later, Min moved into On's home, a beautiful place filled with laughter, love, and the echoes of past memories. It was a stark contrast to the quiet life he had known, and he marveled at the changes that had taken place. On welcomed him with open arms, introducing him to his family and friends, and showing him the fruits of his labor. As the weeks turned into months, Min found joy in his new life. On often took him to work, allowing him to meet his colleagues and experience the bustling energy of the corporate world. Though Min felt out of place among the suits and skyscrapers, On made sure he felt valued, reminding him that his past experiences were just as important as the success he now witnessed. Min's days were filled with laughter and warmth as he shared meals with An and his family. He told stories of the war, of hope and resilience, and of the bond that had brought them together. An listened intently, always eager to learn from the man who had saved him. One evening, as they sat on the porch overlooking the sunset, An turned to Min with a serious expression. "I want to honor your sacrifice, Min. I'm launching a foundation in your name to support veterans and orphans like I once was. You inspired me, and I want to give back to those who need it most." Min was taken aback. "You don't have to do that for me." "I want to," An replied, determination shining in his eyes. "Your bravery and kindness shaped my life. This is my way of ensuring your legacy lives on." With that, they began planning the foundation together, drawing on Min's experiences and An's business acumen. They organized events, raised funds, and created programs aimed at providing support to those who had faced the trials of war and loss. As the foundation flourished, Min felt a renewed sense of purpose. He found joy in helping others, sharing his story to inspire resilience in those facing hardship. The bond between him and An deepened, solidifying their connection as family forged in the fires of adversity. Years passed, and as Min entered his twilight years, he found contentment in the life he had built alongside An. The memories of war faded, replaced by the love of family and community. Together, they transformed pain into purpose, creating a legacy of hope for future generations. In his final days, Min looked back on his life with gratitude. He had navigated the chaos of war, saved a boy from despair, and had been given the gift of love and support in return. He understood that life was not just about survival, it was about the connections we forge and the impact we leave behind. As he sat surrounded by family, including An, who had become a son to him, Min smiled, knowing that he had made a difference. The journey they had traveled together was a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, a soldier and an orphan, united by fate, forever intertwined in a story of love, redemption, and hope. As the seasons changed, Min's health began to decline. Though he remained surrounded by the love of An and his family, the weight of his years took its toll. He often found himself reflecting on the many moments that had defined his life, the friendships forged in the heat of battle, the love he had for the boy he saved, and the legacy they had built together. One afternoon, as the sun dipped low on the horizon, casting a warm glow across the landscape, Min sat in his favorite chair on the porch. An joined him, a quiet understanding passing between them. The gentle rustle of leaves and the distant sounds of laughter from the family filled the air, creating a serene atmosphere. "Do you remember the stories I used to tell you when you were a boy?" Min asked, a soft smile playing on his lips. An chuckled, his eyes sparkling with nostalgia. "Of course. You spoke of bravery and sacrifice, and how even in the darkest times, we can find light. Those stories gave me hope." Min nodded, a sense of pride swelling in his chest. "You took those lessons to heart, An. You've become a man of great character, someone who brings light to others." The conversation shifted to the foundation they had built together. An shared updates on the programs they had launched, the lives they had touched, and the hope they had ignited in countless individuals. "I want to ensure we continue this work, even after," he paused, searching for the right words, "after you're gone." Min turned to him, a mix of emotions crossing his face. "An, my time is drawing near. But I want you to know how proud I am of everything you've accomplished. You've turned your pain into purpose, and that is a legacy far greater than any one person can achieve." Tears welled in An's eyes as he reached for Min's hand, gripping it tightly. "You've given me so much, Min. I don't know how I can ever repay you." "You already have," Min replied softly. "By living fully, by caring for others, and by making a difference. That's all I ever wanted for you." As days turned into weeks, Min's condition continued to deteriorate. However, he remained resolute in his desire to ensure that the foundation would thrive. He and An worked tirelessly to prepare for the future, discussing plans, goals, and ways to expand their reach. One evening, as the stars began to twinkle in the sky, Min felt a sense of peace wash over him. He gathered An and the family around the dinner table for one last meal. As they shared stories, laughter, and cherished memories, Min felt a warmth in his heart that transcended the physical world. "Tonight, I want to celebrate the life we've built together," he said, raising his glass. "To family, to love, and to the bond that can never be broken. No matter where I go, I will always be with you." An's voice trembled as he responded, "You are my hero, Min. I promise to continue your work and to make you proud." The atmosphere was filled with emotion, and as they clinked their glasses together, Min knew that his legacy was in good hands. Surrounded by the people he loved, he felt the love radiating from each of them, filling the gaps left by his fading strength. In the following days, Min experienced moments of clarity and warmth, interspersed with times of struggle. An was always by his side, holding his hand, sharing stories, and reminding him of the countless lives they had changed together. One particularly quiet afternoon, Min summoned the strength to speak. "An, I need you to promise me something," he said, his voice barely a whisper. "Anything, Min. Just say it. Promise me you will never forget where you came from. Remember the boy who lost everything and the soldier who saved him. Use that memory to fuel your passion for helping others." Tears streamed down An's face as he nodded. "I promise, Min. I will carry your story in my heart forever." As the days turned into a week, Min's health began to decline further. The family rallied around him, providing love and support, creating a cocoon of warmth in his final moments. On a peaceful evening, as the sun set, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, Min took a deep breath and closed his eyes. With his family gathered around him, he felt a profound sense of calm. As he drifted into sleep, he felt a presence, like the embrace of the boy he had saved. In that moment, he knew he was not alone. He was surrounded by love, both in this world and the next. As the sun dipped below the horizon, Min peacefully passed away, leaving behind a legacy of compassion, resilience, and the profound impact of mentorship. In the months that followed, An threw himself into the work of the foundation with renewed vigor. Min's passing had left a void in his heart, but he was determined to honor his mentor's memory. He organized events to raise awareness about the struggles faced by veterans and orphans, sharing Min's story at every opportunity. The foundation flourished, expanding its programs and outreach. An often reflected on the lessons Min had imparted, ensuring that each initiative was steeped in the values of kindness and community. He established scholarship programs, mentorship initiatives, and support systems for those navigating the challenges of life. As years went by, An became a prominent figure in the community, recognized not only for his business acumen but for his unwavering commitment to giving back. He frequently spoke at events, sharing the story of the soldier who had saved his life and inspired him to become a leader in philanthropy. In a tribute to Min, An commissioned a mural in the town square, depicting the soldier and the boy, forever intertwined in their journey. It served as a reminder of the power of connection and the profound impact one person can have on another's life. One day, as he stood before the mural, An felt a wave of gratitude wash over him. He closed his eyes and whispered a silent thank you to Min. "You taught me to believe in myself, to care for others, and to never forget where I came from. Your spirit lives on in everything I do." As he opened his eyes, he noticed a group of children gathered around the mural, pointing and laughing. Inspired by the image, they began sharing their own stories of resilience and hope. In that moment, An realized that Min's legacy was not just in the foundation they had built, but in the countless lives they had inspired. Years later, during a particularly impactful event for the foundation, An took the stage to speak. "Today, we celebrate not only our achievements but the spirit of those we have lost," he began, his voice steady. "My mentor, Min, taught me that even in the darkest times, we can find hope and light in each other. Let us continue to lift one another up and honor their memories by making a difference in the lives of those who need it most." As the crowd erupted into applause, On felt a sense of fulfillment. He had dedicated his life to ensuring that Min's legacy lived on, touching the hearts of many and inspiring a new generation to believe in the power of compassion and mentorship. And so, the story of the soldier and the orphan continued, a tale of resilience, love, and the unbreakable bonds that transcend time. Through On's efforts, Min's spirit remained alive, a guiding light for all those who dared to dream and believe in the goodness of humanity. As the foundation continued to grow, On expanded its reach beyond their local community. He organized workshops and conferences, inviting speakers from various backgrounds to share their stories of resilience. Each event became a celebration of life, filled with hope and the spirit of giving back. One day, On received an invitation to speak at an international conference focused on humanitarian efforts. It was a chance to share Min's story with a global audience, and he felt honored. As he prepared his speech, he reflected on the lessons he had learned from Min, the importance of connection, compassion, and the power of one person to change another's life. On the day of the conference, On stood in front of a large audience, his heart racing with excitement. He opened with a personal anecdote about Min, describing the harrowing days of war and the profound impact that one soldier had on a frightened boy. Min taught me that hope can be found even in the darkest of times, he said, his voice resonating with emotion. It's our duty to carry that hope forward. The audience was captivated. On spoke passionately about the Foundation's mission to support veterans and orphans, sharing success stories that highlighted the transformative power of mentorship. He encouraged attendees to take action in their own communities, reminding them that even small acts of kindness can create ripples of change. As the conference came to a close, On received an outpouring of support and interest in collaborating with the Foundation. He was approached by various organizations looking to partner with him to expand their efforts. Inspired by the connections he made, On knew that this was just the beginning of a larger movement. Returning home, he felt invigorated. With renewed energy, he began brainstorming new initiatives for the Foundation. He envisioned a mentorship program that connected young adults with veterans, allowing them to share experiences, wisdom, and support. This initiative would not only provide guidance for the youth but also give veterans a sense of purpose and community. As On set his plans in motion, he enlisted the help of his family and friends. Together, they organized a launch event for the new mentorship program, inviting community members to participate. On the day of the event, the atmosphere buzzed with excitement and anticipation. On stood before the gathered crowd, his heart full as he spoke about the importance of mentorship and community. This program is about more than just providing support, it's about building relationships that can transform lives, he said, his voice steady. Let's honor those who have come before us by lifting each other up and creating a brighter future together. The response was overwhelmingly positive. People signed up to be mentors, eager to contribute to the lives of others. The program quickly gained momentum, with mentorship pairs forming across the community. Stories of personal growth, friendship, and healing began to emerge, echoing the bond that On had shared with Min. As months passed, On witnessed the profound impact of the mentorship program. He received heartfelt messages from both mentors and ments, sharing how their relationships had changed their lives. Each story reminded him of the ripple effect of kindness and compassion. One day, On received a letter from a young woman named Lynn, a mentee who had faced significant challenges in her life. In her letter, she described how her mentor, a veteran named Hui, had inspired her to pursue her dreams. "You were right," she wrote. "Mentorship can change lives, and I feel so grateful to have found my way through Hui's support." Reading her words brought tears to On's eyes. It was a confirmation that he was on the right path, continuing Min's legacy in the most meaningful way. He reached out to Lynn and invited her to share her story at the next community event, wanting to showcase the transformative power of mentorship. The day of the event arrived, and the community gathered to celebrate the success of the program. On introduced Lynn, and as she took the stage, he could see the nerves etched on her face. But as she began to speak, her confidence grew, and her passion shone through. "Thank you for believing in me," Lynn said, her voice steady. "Hui has shown me that I am capable of achieving my dreams. I was lost, but through this program, I found my purpose. It's amazing what a little support can do." The crowd erupted into applause, and On felt a surge of pride. This was what it was all about, changing lives, one connection at a time. As the foundation continued to flourish, On found himself frequently reflecting on the journey that had brought him to this point. He often visited Min's grave, sharing stories about the impact of their work and the lives they were changing together. He felt a deep connection to Min, believing that his spirit was guiding him every step of the way. One evening, as On sat on the porch with his family, watching the sun set, he shared his vision for the future of the foundation. "I want to expand our programs globally," he said, excitement bubbling in his voice. "There are so many people who need support, and together, we can make a difference." His family nodded in agreement, their hearts united in purpose. They began brainstorming ideas, mapping out a plan to reach beyond their local community. Together, they would create a network of mentors and ments, sharing resources, knowledge, and inspiration across borders. With determination, On set out to connect with organizations around the world. He participated in conferences, spoke at events, and reached out to fellow philanthropists. His passion and dedication resonated with others, leading to numerous partnerships that allowed the foundation to expand its reach. As the years rolled by, the foundation blossomed into a global movement. Mentorship programs sprouted in different countries, connecting individuals from diverse backgrounds. Stories of hope and resilience flowed in from all corners of the globe, each one echoing the same message: together, we can overcome. One day, On received an invitation to speak at an international summit dedicated to mentorship. It was an incredible opportunity to share Min's story and the impact of their work on a global stage. As he prepared for his speech, he reflected on how far they had come and the lives they had touched. On the day of the summit, On took the stage before an audience filled with passionate individuals. He shared his journey, the story of a soldier and an orphan, and the enduring power of mentorship. "Each of us has the ability to be a light in someone's life," he said, his voice unwavering. "Let us continue to lift each other up, to support one another, and to create a world where everyone has the opportunity to thrive." As the audience erupted into applause, On felt a deep sense of fulfillment. The legacy of Min lived on, not just in their local community but across the globe. He had turned pain into purpose, and in doing so, had created a ripple effect of kindness and support that would echo for generations. Years later, as he looked back on his journey, On felt a profound sense of gratitude. The bond he had forged with Min had shaped his life in unimaginable ways, and he was committed to ensuring that their story would inspire others long after he was gone. On a quiet evening, he gathered his family and shared his hopes for the future of the foundation. "I want you all to carry on this work," he said, emotion filling his voice. "Mentorship has the power to change lives, and I believe in each of you. Together, you can continue to build a legacy of love, hope, and resilience." With tears in their eyes, his family promised to honor his wishes, vowing to keep the foundation alive and thriving. They understood the importance of the mission, and they felt the weight of the responsibility to carry it forward. In the years that followed, the foundation continued to flourish, driven by the passion and dedication of On's family and the countless mentors and ments who had been touched by Min's story. As new leaders emerged, the legacy of the soldier and the orphan became a beacon of hope, inspiring individuals across the world to believe in the power of connection. And so, the story of Min and On lived on, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, the transformative power of mentorship, and the unbreakable bonds that unite us all in the journey of life. Through their unwavering commitment to making a difference, they proved that even in the darkest times, love and compassion could light the way for generations to come. As the foundation expanded its global reach, On realized that they needed a more structured approach to manage the growing number of mentorship programs. He gathered his family and key volunteers for a strategic planning session, where they discussed ways to improve efficiency and maximize their impact. "Let's create a dedicated team for each region," On suggested. "That way, we can tailor our programs to the specific needs of each community we're serving." His family nodded in agreement, and they set to work, identifying passionate individuals from different backgrounds to lead their regional teams. One of the first regions they focused on was Southeast Asia, where many communities were still recovering from the impacts of conflict and poverty. An decided to visit several countries to establish partnerships with local organizations and assess their needs firsthand. During his travels, An met inspiring individuals who shared their own stories of overcoming adversity. In Vietnam, he met a woman named Mai, who had started a grassroots organization to support orphans in her hometown. Her passion and dedication resonated deeply with An, and he invited her to collaborate on a mentorship program tailored for young people in similar situations. Together, they organized workshops that paired local mentors, many of whom were former orphans themselves, with the younger generation. The results were remarkable. Young people began to thrive, gaining confidence, skills, and a sense of belonging. An felt a profound connection to the work, remembering his own journey and the bond he had with Min. As news of their success spread, more organizations sought to partner with An's foundation. Soon, he was collaborating with groups in Africa, Europe, and the Americas, each bringing unique perspectives and insights. They shared best practices, created joint initiatives, and built a network of support that spanned the globe. One day, while attending a conference in Europe, An was approached by a journalist who wanted to feature the foundation's work in a documentary. Intrigued, he agreed, seeing it as an opportunity to share Min's story and the impact of mentorship on a larger scale. The documentary team followed An and his family as they traveled to various mentorship events, capturing the emotional stories of mentors and ments. An was amazed by the diverse narratives that emerged, each one a testament to the power of connection and compassion. He felt proud to know that their efforts were inspiring people far beyond what he had ever imagined. When the documentary premiered, it received widespread acclaim. Viewers were moved by the stories of transformation and the impact of mentorship on individual lives. The foundation gained even more support, with donations pouring in and new volunteers eager to join their mission. Encouraged by the response, An decided to host an annual Global Mentorship Summit, inviting participants from all over the world. The summit would serve as a platform for sharing ideas, celebrating successes, and fostering collaboration among different regions. He envisioned it as a gathering of hearts united by a common purpose, to empower others through mentorship. The first summit took place in An's hometown, drawing participants from diverse backgrounds. Attendees shared their stories, led workshops, and forged connections that would last a lifetime. An felt a sense of fulfillment as he watched individuals from different cultures come together, united by a shared commitment to uplift others. During the summit's closing ceremony, An took the stage to reflect on the journey they had all embarked upon. Today, we celebrate not just our achievements, but the spirit of mentorship that binds us, he said, his voice strong. We are all here because someone believed in us. Let us carry that belief forward and continue to be the light for those who need it most. As the audience erupted in applause, An felt a deep sense of gratitude for the journey that had brought him to this moment. He had come full circle, from the orphaned boy saved by a soldier to a leader inspiring change across the globe. The foundation had evolved into a powerful force for good, and he was determined to keep the momentum going. In the years that followed, the Global Mentorship Summit became an annual event, growing in size and impact each time. Participants returned year after year, sharing their successes and learning from one another. An's vision of a worldwide network of mentors and ments was becoming a reality. As the foundation continued to thrive, An found himself increasingly involved in advocating for policies that supported mentorship and youth development. He met with lawmakers and community leaders, emphasizing the importance of mentorship programs in schools and communities. His efforts garnered attention, leading to new initiatives aimed at integrating mentorship into education systems. Through it all, An remained grounded in the values that Min had instilled in him. He often returned to visit Min's grave, sharing updates about the foundation and the lives they were changing. Each visit reminded him of the power of one person to make a difference and the importance of giving back. One day, during a visit to Min's grave, An noticed a small group of children nearby. They were playing and laughing, their joy a stark contrast to the somber setting. It struck him how far he had come and the legacy he was building. "Hey there!" An called out, waving to the children. They turned, curiosity lighting up their faces. "Do you know who this is?" he asked, pointing to the grave. One of the children, a girl named Lynn, stepped forward. "That's a soldier, isn't it?" she asked. "Yes," An replied, his heart swelling with pride. "He was a hero who saved many lives, including mine. His story inspired me to help others, just like he helped me." The children listened intently as An shared Min's story, the bond they had forged, and the mission that had evolved from their connection. He encouraged them to believe in themselves and to always help others in need. As he finished, An noticed a spark of inspiration in their eyes. "One day, you could be mentors, too," he said, smiling. "You have the power to change lives." After he left the cemetery, An reflected on that encounter. It reminded him that mentorship was not just about the present, it was about planting seeds for the future. He made a mental note to develop programs that would engage young people as mentors, empowering them to share their own stories and experiences. With that vision in mind, An launched a youth mentorship initiative within the foundation. The program paired young leaders with younger students, fostering a culture of support and encouragement. It not only empowered the ments but also gave the young mentors a sense of purpose and responsibility. As the program gained traction, An watched with pride as these young leaders blossomed. They organized community events, tutoring sessions, and workshops, sharing their skills and experiences with the next generation. The impact was profound, and soon stories began to emerge of how mentorship had transformed lives. One particularly inspiring story came from a young mentor named Tam, who had once struggled academically. Through the program, he discovered a passion for teaching and began to excel in his studies. He became a role model for the younger students, demonstrating that challenges could be overcome with determination and support. An often invited Tam to share his journey at foundation events, inspiring both mentors and ments. "If it weren't for this program, I wouldn't be where I am today," Tam shared with conviction. "Mentorship helped me believe in myself, and now I want to do the same for others." The foundation continued to grow, and An felt a deep sense of fulfillment knowing that Min's legacy was alive and thriving. He received countless messages from participants expressing gratitude for the opportunities the foundation provided and the lives it changed. As the years turned into a decade since the foundation's inception, An decided to host a special anniversary celebration. He envisioned it as a time to reflect on their journey, honor Min's memory, and celebrate the impact they had made together. The anniversary event was held in a beautiful outdoor venue, adorned with decorations that highlighted the foundation's accomplishments. An invited past mentors and ments to share their stories, creating a tapestry of experiences that showcased the foundation's impact. During the event, An stood before the gathered crowd, his heart full. "Tonight, we celebrate not just what we have achieved, but the lives we have touched," he said, his voice strong. "This foundation is a living testament to the power of connection and compassion. It embodies the spirit of my mentor, Min, who taught me that hope can emerge from even the darkest places." The crowd erupted into applause, and An felt overwhelmed with gratitude. Each story shared that night was a reminder of the profound impact they had created together. As the sun set, casting a warm glow over the gathering, An took a moment to reflect. He knew that the journey was far from over. The foundation had become a beacon of hope, and he was committed to ensuring that it continued to grow, inspire, and change lives for years to come. With a renewed sense of purpose, An stepped into the future, ready to honor Min's legacy and the countless lives they would touch together. The soldier and the orphan had created something beautiful, a legacy of mentorship, love, and unwavering support that would resonate through generations, proving that even the smallest acts of kindness could spark a world of change. As the anniversary celebration came to a close, the energy in the air was palpable. An felt a wave of inspiration wash over him, igniting his desire to continue expanding the foundation's impact. He gathered his team for a post-event debrief, eager to discuss new ideas and initiatives that could take their work to the next level. "I believe it's time to explore digital mentorship," An proposed during the meeting. "With technology evolving, we can connect mentors and ments across the globe in ways we never imagined. Let's create an online platform where people can share their stories, access resources, and find mentorship opportunities," no matter where they are. His team was enthusiastic about the idea. They brainstormed features for the platform, such as video calls, online workshops, and forums for sharing experiences. With their collective expertise, they laid out a plan to develop the platform over the coming year. As they worked on this ambitious project, On continued to travel, visiting communities and gathering insights on the unique challenges faced by different regions. Each visit fueled his passion, reminding him of the importance of their mission. During one trip to a remote village in South America, he encountered a group of young people who had limited access to education and resources. Inspired by their determination to learn, On realized the potential of the digital platform to bridge these gaps. "We must ensure that our online resources are accessible to those who need them most," he told his team upon returning home. "Let's prioritize inclusivity and design materials that cater to diverse learning styles and languages." With this vision in mind, the team began collaborating with educators and technologists to create a user-friendly platform that would provide tailored content. They launched pilot programs in underserved areas, gathering feedback to refine their approach. As the digital mentorship platform took shape, On was excited to see it come to life. They organized a launch event, inviting mentors and ments from various regions to participate. The atmosphere was electric as participants connected through video calls and shared their aspirations and challenges. During the event, On shared his vision for the future. "Today marks a new chapter for our foundation," he said, his voice resonating with hope. "Through this platform, we can extend our reach and impact, creating connections that transcend borders and empower individuals to transform their lives." The audience responded with enthusiasm, and the platform quickly gained traction. Mentors from around the world signed up to share their knowledge and experiences, while ments eagerly sought guidance and support. The impact was immediate, with stories of transformation flooding in from every corner of the globe. One poignant story came from a young woman named Sophia in a rural village. She had struggled to pursue her education due to financial constraints. Through the platform, she connected with a mentor who was an accomplished engineer. With her mentor's guidance and encouragement, Sophia found the motivation to apply for scholarships and pursue her dream of studying engineering. "Without this mentorship, would have given up," Sophia shared in a video call with On. "Now, I feel empowered to chase my dreams and inspire others in my community." These success stories fueled On's determination to expand the platform even further. He envisioned creating mobile applications that could reach individuals with limited internet access, ensuring that mentorship resources were available to everyone, regardless of their circumstances. As the foundation flourished, On continued to honor Min's legacy in every initiative. He often reflected on their journey together, feeling grateful for the profound impact that one person can have on another's life. He made it a priority to involve his family in the foundation's work, teaching them about the importance of compassion and community service. One day, On's daughter, Mai, approached him with an idea. "Dad, what if we create a mentorship program specifically for girls and young women? There are so many barriers they face, and we can help them break through those challenges." On was thrilled by her suggestion. "That's an excellent idea, Mai. We can create a program that connects young women with female mentors in various fields. Let's ensure they have the support they need to thrive." Together, they developed a program called Empower Her, aimed at empowering girls through mentorship. They organized workshops, panel discussions, and networking events, inviting accomplished women from various industries to share their journeys and insights. The launch of Empower Her was met with enthusiasm, drawing participants from diverse backgrounds. Young girls connected with mentors who inspired them to pursue careers in fields traditionally dominated by men. The program quickly gained recognition, and On was proud to see the impact it was making in empowering the next generation of female leaders. As Empower Her grew, On noticed a shift in the community. More girls were pursuing their education and career aspirations, driven by the support and encouragement of their mentors. The program became a safe space where they could share their challenges and celebrate their successes. One particularly memorable event was a leadership summit organized for young women in the program. On invited influential speakers from various industries to share their stories, providing the participants with invaluable insights and networking opportunities. The energy in the room was electric as attendees engaged in discussions about their dreams and ambitions. During the summit, On took a moment to address the crowd. Today, you are not just participants in a program, you are part of a movement. You have the power to create change, not only in your own lives but in the lives of others. Embrace your potential, support one another, and never forget that you are capable of achieving greatness. The cheers and applause echoed throughout the venue, and On felt a profound sense of fulfillment. He knew that the seeds of empowerment were being sown, and the impact would reverberate for years to come. As the Empower Her program continued to thrive, On received numerous requests from other communities interested in replicating their model. With a growing team of dedicated volunteers, he began developing a toolkit that outlined the steps to create similar mentorship programs. He was determined to share their successes and help others make a difference in their own communities. Through collaborations with schools and organizations worldwide, the Empower Her model spread like wildfire. Young women began to see mentorship as a vital resource, one that could provide them with the guidance and support they needed to overcome obstacles. Amidst all the progress, On remained committed to continuous learning. He attended conferences, engaged with experts in the field of mentorship, and sought feedback from participants to ensure that the Foundation's initiatives remained relevant and impactful. One day, while attending an international summit on education, On had the opportunity to meet influential leaders and educators. He shared insights from the Foundation's work and the impact of the digital mentorship platform, inspiring others to think about innovative solutions to empower youth. Mentorship is not just about providing guidance, it's about creating a culture of support and resilience, he said during a panel discussion. Together, we can build a world where every young person has the opportunity to succeed, regardless of their background. As the summit concluded, On left with renewed determination. He realized that while they had achieved so much, there was still a long way to go. The work of mentorship was ongoing, and he was committed to ensuring that future generations would have access to the same opportunities that had transformed his life. Returning home, he gathered his family to share the insights he had gained. They brainstormed new initiatives to further empower young people, building upon the foundation they had created together. They envisioned expanding their reach into schools, integrating mentorship programs into curriculums, and fostering a culture of support among educators. In the following months, On and his family collaborated with local schools to implement mentorship programs that paired students with mentors who could provide guidance in academics, personal development, and career exploration. The response was overwhelmingly positive, with students reporting increased motivation and confidence. As the mentorship initiatives flourished, On reflected on the journey they had undertaken. He often thought of Min and the sacrifices he had made. It was a reminder of the importance of perseverance, kindness, and the profound impact that one person can have on another's life. One quiet evening, as On sat in his garden, he felt a wave of gratitude wash over him. The Foundation had grown beyond his wildest dreams, impacting countless lives and creating a legacy of mentorship that would endure for generations. He thought of the young girl he had met years ago, and how far they had come together. As the sun set, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, On closed his eyes, reflecting on the journey. He whispered a silent thank you to Min, knowing that their shared story was far from over. Together, they had created a movement that would continue to inspire hope and empower individuals to believe in themselves. And so, as the Foundation continued to thrive, On remained dedicated to the mission of mentorship. With each story of transformation, he felt a renewed sense of purpose, knowing that they were not just changing lives, they were creating a brighter future for all. In the years that followed, the Foundation became a beacon of hope, inspiring communities worldwide to embrace mentorship as a tool for empowerment and change. On's story, rooted in resilience and love, would echo through time, reminding future generations that with kindness and support, anything is possible. As the Foundation continued to grow, On faced new challenges that came with expansion. The demand for mentorship programs surged, and he realized that maintaining the quality and effectiveness of their initiatives was crucial. He decided to establish a mentorship training program for new mentors, ensuring that they were well equipped to provide the support and guidance that mentors needed. The training program focused on essential skills such as active listening, effective communication, and goal setting. On invited experienced mentors to share their insights and best practices, fostering a community of learning among the new mentors. He believed that investing in mentors was just as important as supporting mentors. One day, during a mentor training session, On noticed a young woman named Lynn, who was eager yet nervous. After the session, he approached her. "You have a spark, Lynn. What motivated you to become a mentor?" he asked. Lynn shared her story. "I was once a mentee in this program. It changed my life, and now I want to give back. But I'm worried I won't be able to make a difference." On smiled. "You already have the experience and understanding of what it feels like to be supported. Just be yourself, and your authenticity will shine through. Remember, every little bit counts." Encouraged by his words, Lynn embraced her role as a mentor with newfound confidence. She connected with a young girl named Han, who was struggling academically. Through their sessions, Lynn provided guidance and encouragement, helping Han build her confidence and skills. Over time, Han began to excel in her studies, and Lynn felt a deep sense of fulfillment in watching her mentee grow. Their bond flourished, proving that mentorship was a two-way street, where both mentor and mentee learned and grew together. Meanwhile, An and his family were busy planning the second annual Global Mentorship Summit. They wanted to build on the success of the previous year, focusing on the theme of resilience. They invited speakers who had overcome significant challenges in their lives, believing that their stories would inspire participants to persevere in the face of adversity. As the summit approached, An felt a mix of excitement and anticipation. He was eager to hear the stories that would be shared and the connections that would be formed. He reached out to Min's family, inviting them to attend as special guests. An wanted them to see the impact that Min's legacy had created. On the day of the summit, the venue buzzed with energy. Participants gathered from around the world, sharing their experiences and insights. An opened the event with a heartfelt speech, honoring Min's memory and emphasizing the importance of resilience in their journeys. Throughout the day, speakers shared powerful stories of triumph, resilience, and the transformative power of mentorship. Participants engaged in workshops, exchanging ideas and strategies for overcoming challenges in their own lives. An watched as connections were forged, and he felt a deep sense of pride in the community they had built. During one workshop, An facilitated a discussion on overcoming obstacles. Participants shared their struggles, and An encouraged them to focus on the lessons learned and the strengths they had developed through adversity. The room was filled with camaraderie and support as stories of perseverance echoed. As the summit concluded, An noticed Lynn in a deep conversation with Han. They were laughing and exchanging ideas, their bond evident. Lynn's journey as a mentor had transformed not only Han's life but also her own. Later that evening, An reflected on the day's events. He felt grateful for the community that had blossomed around the foundation. It was a reminder of the incredible power of connection and the impact that mentorship could have on individuals and communities. After the summit, An decided to implement feedback from participants to enhance future events. He wanted to ensure that the summit remained a source of inspiration and empowerment for all involved. They began planning for the next year, eager to build on their successes. As the months passed, the foundation continued to thrive. An received numerous inquiries from organizations and schools interested in replicating their mentorship model. Inspired by this interest, he developed a comprehensive mentorship toolkit that outlined best practices and resources for creating effective mentorship programs. The toolkit included guidelines for training mentors, strategies for engaging ments, and tips for fostering a supportive community. An believed that by sharing their knowledge, they could empower others to make a difference in their own communities. With the toolkit in hand, An and his team traveled to various regions, conducting workshops and training sessions for organizations eager to implement mentorship programs. They shared success stories, highlighting the impact that mentorship had on individuals and communities. During one of these workshops in a small town, An met a group of teachers who were passionate about supporting their students but felt overwhelmed by the challenges they faced. "We want to create a mentorship program, but we don't know where to start, one teacher admitted. On encouraged them. You already have the passion and commitment. Start small, and don't be afraid to reach out for support. Our foundation is here to help. Inspired by his words, the teachers collaborated to launch a mentorship program at their school. Over time, they witnessed remarkable transformations in their students, who began to flourish academically and personally. As the foundation expanded its reach, On also sought to establish partnerships with businesses and organizations that could support their initiatives. He reached out to local companies, inviting them to sponsor mentorship programs and provide resources for ments. One day, On met with a successful entrepreneur named Tu, who was eager to give back to the community. After hearing about the foundation's work, he offered to sponsor a scholarship fund for deserving ments. I believe in the power of mentorship, Tu said. It changed my life, and I want to help others experience that same transformation. With Tu's support, the foundation established a scholarship program that provided financial assistance to ments pursuing higher education. The impact was immediate, with many young people able to attend college and achieve their dreams. As the years rolled on, continued to reflect on his journey, often returning to Min's grave to share updates about the foundation and the lives they were changing. He felt a profound sense of gratitude for the soldier who had saved him, and he was committed to honoring Min's legacy through their work. One day, while visiting Min's grave, On noticed a group of young people gathered nearby. They were planting flowers and discussing their dreams. It struck him how far he had come and the ripple effect of mentorship. "Hello," On called out to them. "What brings you here today?" One of the young men stepped forward. "We're part of a community service project. We want to honor those who've made a difference in our lives." Touched, On shared Min's story and how he had inspired him to create the foundation. The young people listened intently, and their eyes lit up with hope. "We want to be mentors, too," one of them exclaimed. Inspired by their enthusiasm, On offered to help them establish a mentorship program in their community. Together, they brainstormed ideas and resources, igniting a passion for mentorship among the youth. In the following months, the community project flourished. Young mentors connected with younger students, fostering a culture of support and empowerment. On felt a renewed sense of purpose, knowing that the seeds of mentorship were being sown in yet another community. As the foundation approached its 10-year anniversary, On decided to host a grand celebration. He envisioned it as a way to reflect on their achievements, honor their mentors, and inspire the next generation of changemakers. The celebration brought together participants from all over the world, including mentors and ments who had been impacted by the foundation's work. On prepared a heartfelt speech, ready to express his gratitude and share the stories that had shaped their journey. On the day of the celebration, the atmosphere was electric. The venue was beautifully decorated, adorned with photos and stories of the lives they had changed. On took the stage, feeling the weight of responsibility and the joy of community. "Tonight, we celebrate the power of mentorship," he began, his voice steady. "We honor those who have inspired us, supported us, and believed in us. This journey began with a soldier named Min, who showed me that hope can emerge from even the darkest places. Together, we have created a legacy of change." As he shared success stories and heartfelt testimonials, the audience erupted in applause, moved by the impact of their collective efforts. On felt a sense of belonging, surrounded by individuals who shared a common purpose. The evening concluded with a surprise announcement. On revealed the creation of the Min Scholarship, a scholarship fund dedicated to supporting young people pursuing education in fields related to community service and mentorship. As the crowd cheered, On felt a profound sense of fulfillment. He knew that Min's legacy would continue to inspire generations to come, reminding them that even the smallest acts of kindness could spark a world of change. As the celebration drew to a close, On looked around at the faces filled with hope and determination. He understood that their work was far from over. The foundation would continue to grow, adapt, and inspire change, all while honoring the spirit of mentorship that had brought them together. In the years that followed, the foundation's initiatives expanded globally, impacting countless lives. On remained committed to fostering a culture of mentorship, ensuring that future generations would have the support and guidance they needed to thrive. With each success story, he felt a renewed sense of purpose, knowing that he was honoring Min's memory and making a difference in the lives of others. Together, they were creating a brighter future, one act of kindness at a time. As the foundation entered its second decade, On was eager to explore new horizons and deepen their impact. The world was changing rapidly, and he recognized the need to adapt their mentorship model to meet emerging challenges. He began hosting focus groups with mentors, and community leaders to gather insights on the evolving landscape and identify gaps in support. One recurring theme emerged: the mental health and well-being of young people were becoming increasingly important. On realized that while mentorship focused on academic and career guidance, emotional support was equally vital. Inspired by this feedback, he initiated a new program that integrated mental health resources into their existing mentorship framework. "Let's create a holistic approach to mentorship," On suggested during a team meeting. "We can partner with mental health professionals to provide workshops and resources, ensuring that our ments feel supported in all aspects of their lives." His team rallied around the idea, and they began collaborating with psychologists and counselors to develop workshops focused on resilience, stress management, and emotional intelligence. The goal was to equip mentors and ments with tools to navigate the challenges they faced, both personally and academically. The pilot program launched in several schools, incorporating mental health resources alongside traditional mentorship activities. Participants reported feeling more empowered to discuss their struggles and seek help when needed. The positive feedback fueled On's determination to expand the program further. As they developed the mental health integration, On also focused on reaching underserved communities. He organized community outreach events where local youth could access mentorship, mental health resources, and educational workshops. By partnering with local organizations, they ensured that the programs were culturally relevant and accessible. During one of these outreach events, On met a young man named Kwa, who had been grappling with anxiety and uncertainty about his future. After participating in a mentorship workshop, Kwa opened up about his struggles. "I've always felt alone in this," he admitted. "It's hard to talk about my feelings." On listened attentively. "You're not alone, Kwa. Many young people feel the same way. That's why we're here, to support each other and find ways to cope together." With On's encouragement, Kwa joined the mentorship program and was paired with a mentor who specialized in mental health advocacy. Over the months, Kwa learned coping strategies, developed a support network, and began to envision a future for himself. His transformation was profound. Kwa not only improved his mental health but also became an advocate for mental health awareness among his peers. Inspired by his journey, he started a peer support group at his school, creating a safe space for students to share their experiences and seek help. Meanwhile, On's vision for integrating mental health into mentorship continued to gain traction. The foundation began hosting national conferences focused on the intersection of mentorship and mental well-being, attracting educators, mental health professionals, and youth advocates from around the country. During one such conference, On took the stage to share their journey. "Tonight, we celebrate the power of vulnerability and connection," he said. "By addressing mental health, we empower young people to embrace their struggles and find strength in community. Together, we can create a culture where seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness." As the audience applauded, On felt a deep sense of purpose. He knew that the work they were doing was making a tangible difference in the lives of young people, providing them with the tools and support they needed to thrive. In addition to mental health initiatives, On also sought to expand the foundation's global reach. He began establishing partnerships with organizations in other countries, sharing their mentorship model and learning from their experiences. By collaborating on international mentorship initiatives, they could amplify their impact and create a global network of support. One partnership developed with a nonprofit in Africa, focusing on youth empowerment and education. On traveled to the region to learn about their challenges and successes. During his visit, he met a group of young women who were determined to pursue their education despite significant obstacles. Inspired by their resilience, On organized a joint mentorship program that connected these young women with mentors from around the world. The initiative fostered cross-cultural exchange, allowing participants to learn from each other's experiences and build lasting connections. As the program flourished, On was filled with hope for the future. He witnessed the power of mentorship transcending borders, demonstrating that shared experiences and support could create a ripple effect of change. Back home, the Foundation's initiatives continued to thrive. On received a message from Kwa, now a passionate advocate for mental health in his community. He invited On to speak at an event he was organizing for Mental Health Awareness Month. When On arrived at the event, he was amazed by the turnout. Young people filled the room, eager to learn and share their stories. Kwa introduced him, highlighting how mentorship had changed his life. On taught me that it's okay to talk about our feelings and seek help. Now, I want to inspire others to do the same. As On took the stage, he felt a mix of pride and gratitude. Kwa is a testament to the power of mentorship, he began. When we support one another, we can overcome our challenges and thrive. Let's continue to break the stigma around mental health and empower each other to share our stories. The audience erupted in applause, and On knew that they were forging a path toward a brighter future, one where young people felt empowered to speak openly about their mental health and seek the support they needed. Over the next few years, the Foundation expanded its focus on mental health, establishing a comprehensive mental wellness curriculum that could be integrated into schools and community organizations. The curriculum provided educators with resources to facilitate discussions about mental health and equip students with coping strategies. As the initiatives grew, On realized that sustainability was key to their long-term success. He began exploring funding opportunities to ensure that the programs could continue to thrive. With the help of his team, he applied for grants and sought partnerships with businesses that shared their mission. Through his efforts, On secured significant funding to support the Foundation's initiatives. He felt a renewed sense of responsibility, knowing that they could expand their reach and support even more young people. One day, while attending a funding conference, On met a philanthropist named Mai who was passionate about mental health advocacy. After hearing about the Foundation's work, she expressed interest in supporting their initiatives. "I believe in your mission, and I want to help amplify your impact," she said. Together, they brainstormed ideas for future projects, including mental health awareness campaigns, peer support programs, and collaborations with local artists to create awareness through art. On was inspired by Mai's vision and enthusiasm, knowing that her support could help elevate their work. As the Foundation continued to thrive, On often reflected on his journey and the profound impact that mentorship had on his life. He was grateful for the soldiers, like Min, who had shown him the power of resilience and kindness. On the anniversary of Min's passing, On organized a memorial event to honor his memory and celebrate the impact of mentorship. He invited community members, mentors, and ments to share stories and reflect on how mentorship had shaped their lives. As the event unfolded, On felt a deep sense of connection and gratitude. The stories shared echoed the theme of resilience and the power of human connection. It was a reminder that the legacy of mentorship lived on through the lives they had touched. In the years that followed, the Foundation became a model for mentorship and mental health initiatives worldwide. On's vision continued to inspire others to prioritize mental wellness, fostering a culture of support and resilience among young people. As he sat in his office one evening, reflecting on the journey, On felt a sense of fulfillment. He had built a legacy that honored Min's memory and transformed the lives of countless individuals. Together, they had created a community that believed in the power of mentorship, resilience, and the strength of the human spirit. With the Foundation thriving and new initiatives underway, On remained committed to his mission. He knew that the journey of mentorship was ongoing, and there was always more work to be done. But with each success story, each life changed, and each young person empowered, he felt hopeful for the future. And so, with the spirit of Min guiding him, On continued to lead the Foundation with passion and purpose, ensuring that mentorship remained a beacon of hope for generations to come. The legacy of resilience, compassion, and support would endure, reminding everyone that together, they could overcome any challenge and create a brighter world. As the Foundation's initiatives gained momentum, On felt a growing desire to create an online platform where mentors and ments could connect beyond their local communities. He envisioned a digital space that would facilitate mentorship across geographical boundaries, allowing individuals from different backgrounds to share their experiences, knowledge, and support. Working with a team of developers and educators, On began building the platform, which they named Mentor Connect. The website would allow users to create profiles, outline their interests, and search for mentors or ments based on shared goals and experiences. On wanted it to be a safe and supportive environment, where participants could engage in meaningful conversations and foster connections. During the development process, On recalled the early days of the foundation and the struggles he faced. He wanted to ensure that Mentor Connect was user-friendly and accessible to young people, especially those who might feel intimidated by traditional mentorship programs. He gathered feedback from young individuals, incorporating their suggestions to create a welcoming interface. When Mentor Connect finally launched, On organized a virtual event to celebrate. He invited mentors and ments from around the globe to join, eager to showcase the platform's potential. The event included workshops on effective online mentorship, discussions about the importance of digital connections, and stories from participants who had already benefited from virtual mentoring. As attendees logged on felt a rush of excitement. The diverse group represented different cultures, experiences, and aspirations. "Welcome to Mentor Connect," he said, beaming at the camera. "Today, we are building bridges across distances, empowering each other to share our journeys and support one another." The response to the platform was overwhelmingly positive. Participants expressed their appreciation for the opportunity to connect with mentors they might never have met otherwise. The platform became a vibrant community, fostering discussions on various topics, from career advice to mental health. Over the following months, On noticed that some ments began taking the initiative to become mentors themselves. Inspired by their own experiences, they reached out to younger students or peers who needed guidance. This organic growth reinforced On's belief that mentorship was not just a one-way street but a cycle of support and empowerment. One day, while browsing through the Mentor Connect community, On came across a post from a young woman named Mai. She shared her story of overcoming adversity, describing how mentorship had transformed her life. She wrote about her passion for helping others and her desire to create a mentorship program in her community. Moved by her words, On reached out to Mai, offering to support her initiative. "I believe in your vision, Mai," he said during their call. "Let's work together to bring your ideas to life and empower even more young people." With On's guidance, Mai launched her mentorship program, which focused on empowering girls in her community to pursue their dreams. They held workshops, provided resources, and created a supportive environment for participants to share their experiences. Mai's passion and dedication inspired many young women to join, creating a ripple effect of mentorship in her community. As Mai's program flourished, On realized that Mentor Connect was not just a platform for connection but also a catalyst for local initiatives. He began organizing virtual events that highlighted successful mentorship programs worldwide, encouraging participants to learn from one another and adapt ideas to fit their communities. The foundation's reach expanded even further when they partnered with educational institutions to incorporate Mentor Connect into their curriculum. Schools began using the platform to connect students with mentors in various fields, enhancing their learning experiences and fostering professional development. During one of these partnerships, On visited a school where students were actively using Mentor Connect. He was invited to speak about the importance of mentorship and share his own story. As he stood before the eager audience, he felt a surge of inspiration. Mentorship is about more than just guidance, it's about building relationships that empower us to grow, he said, looking into the eyes of the students. Every one of you has the potential to be a mentor, to inspire someone else and create a positive impact in your community. The students listened intently, and On could see the spark of ambition igniting within them. After his talk, several students approached him with questions, eager to learn how they could get involved and start mentoring others. In the following months, On continued to promote the idea of mentorship as a shared journey. He organized panels featuring former ments who had become mentors, allowing them to share their experiences and inspire others to take on the role of guide and supporter. One day, while facilitating a panel discussion, On was struck by a story from a young man named no relation to the soldier who had changed his life, but a poignant connection nonetheless. Min shared how he had struggled with his identity as a first-generation immigrant and how a mentor had helped him navigate the challenges of balancing his cultural heritage with his aspirations. "I never thought I could succeed in a world that felt so different from mine," Min said, his voice steady but emotional. "But my mentor taught me that my background is my strength. Now, I'm mentoring others in my community, helping them find their voices and believe in themselves." An felt a wave of emotion wash over him. Stories like Min's exemplified the transformative power of mentorship and reinforced the mission of the foundation. He realized that the work they were doing was creating a legacy that would endure for generations. With MentorConnect thriving and local initiatives blossoming, An decided to take their message to an even larger audience. He envisioned a global mentorship campaign aimed at raising awareness about the importance of mentorship and encouraging individuals to get involved. The campaign, titled "Mentorship Matters," would highlight stories of transformation, share resources, and provide a platform for individuals to pledge their commitment to becoming mentors. An collaborated with social media influencers, educational institutions, and organizations to amplify the campaign's reach. As the campaign launched, it garnered significant attention. Videos featuring mentors and ments sharing their stories went viral, inspiring countless individuals to reflect on their own experiences and consider how they could make a difference in someone else's life. During the campaign, An received a message from a young woman named Lan, who had been following their journey. She expressed her admiration for the work being done and shared her own story of overcoming adversity. Lan had recently graduated and was eager to give back to her community. "An, I want to be a part of this movement," she wrote. "How can I help?" Touched by her enthusiasm, An invited Lan to join the campaign as a spokesperson. Together, they organized events and workshops, empowering young people to become mentors in their communities. As Mentorship Matters gained momentum, An began receiving requests from schools, community organizations, and even corporate entities interested in hosting mentorship programs. He realized that the campaign was not just a movement, it was a cultural shift toward valuing mentorship as a crucial component of personal and professional growth. Through their efforts, An and Lan reached thousands of individuals, sparking conversations about the importance of mentorship and the profound impact it could have on lives. They highlighted the stories of individuals from diverse backgrounds, showcasing how mentorship transcended barriers and fostered a sense of belonging. As the campaign culminated in a global day of action, An felt a surge of pride. Communities around the world came together to celebrate mentorship, hosting events, workshops, and activities designed to connect mentors and ments. Social media buzzed with stories, photos, and pledges, creating a sense of unity and shared purpose. On the day of the event, An took the stage at a large gathering, where he was joined by mentors and ments from various backgrounds. "Today, we celebrate the power of connection," he began, his voice filled with passion. "We are a global community, united by our commitment to uplift one another. Together, we can change lives, and together, we can create a brighter future." The crowd erupted in applause, and An could feel the energy in the air. It was a celebration of resilience, hope, and the unwavering belief in the potential of every individual. As the event concluded, An reflected on the incredible journey they had taken together. He understood that mentorship was not just a program or an initiative, it was a movement, a commitment to nurturing the next generation and creating a world where everyone felt valued and supported. With the success of the Mentorship Matters campaign, An knew that their work was far from over. He envisioned expanding the foundation's impact to include advocacy for policy changes that would prioritize mentorship and mental health in educational systems. He believed that systemic change was necessary to create a supportive environment for young people. With renewed determination, An and his team began researching policy initiatives and collaborating with experts in the field. They sought to influence educational policies that would integrate mentorship and mental health resources into schools nationwide. As they worked on these advocacy efforts, An also made it a priority to engage the voices of young people in the conversation. He organized youth-led forums where students could express their needs and ideas for change. An was committed to ensuring that the next generation had a seat at the table, and their perspectives shaped the policies that would impact their lives. During one of the forums, a group of students voiced their concerns about the lack of mental health resources in their schools. They shared personal stories of struggling to cope with stress and anxiety and the importance of having trusted adults to turn to. "We need mentorship programs that focus on mental health support," one student said passionately. "We need to feel safe talking about our struggles without judgment." On listened intently, taking notes and engaging in the discussion. Their insights reinforced the Foundation's mission and fueled his determination to advocate for meaningful change. With the students' input, An and his team drafted a proposal outlining recommendations for integrating mentorship and mental health resources into school curricula. They partnered with youth organizations, educators, and mental health professionals to build a coalition advocating for these changes. The proposal gained traction, and An organized meetings with policymakers to present their case. He shared compelling stories from students and mentored individuals, illustrating the urgent need for systemic support. Over the months, their advocacy efforts began to yield results. An was invited to speak at educational conferences, where he highlighted the importance of mentorship and mental health in shaping resilient and successful young people. One day, he received an invitation to meet with local legislators to discuss the Foundation's initiatives. As he prepared for the meeting, An felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. He understood the significance of this opportunity and was determined to convey the importance of their work. During the meeting, An shared the stories of individuals whose lives had been transformed through mentorship. He spoke passionately about the need for policies that prioritized mental health resources in schools and advocated for funding to support mentorship programs. The legislators listened intently, and An could sense a shift in the room. After his presentation, they engaged in a thoughtful discussion about potential solutions and next steps. An felt hopeful that they were beginning to recognize the value of mentorship in education. In the following months, the Foundation continued to work closely with policymakers, advocating for the inclusion of mentorship programs in educational budgets. They collaborated with other organizations to launch a statewide campaign aimed at raising awareness and garnering support for their initiatives. As the campaign gained momentum, An received positive feedback from educators and students alike. Schools began adopting mentorship programs and integrating mental health resources into their curricula. The shift was gradual but impactful, and An felt a deep sense of pride in the progress they were making. As the years passed, An continued to lead the Foundation with unwavering dedication. He witnessed firsthand the transformative power of mentorship and the profound impact it could have on individuals and communities. He remained committed to nurturing the next generation, advocating for systemic change, and creating a world where every young person had access to the support they needed to thrive. One day, as he sat in his office reflecting on the Foundation's journey, An received an unexpected message. It was from Kwa, the young man whose story had inspired him years earlier. Kwa expressed his gratitude for the impact that mentorship had on his life and shared exciting news. He was starting his own foundation focused on mental health awareness. "I want to carry on the legacy of mentorship that you inspired in me," Kwa wrote. "Thank you for believing in me and encouraging me to give back." Tears of joy filled An's eyes as he read Kwa's words. He felt a profound sense of fulfillment, knowing that the values of mentorship and resilience had come full circle. Kwa was now a leader in his community, embodying the very principles that An had worked tirelessly to promote. In the years that followed, Kwa's foundation flourished, and he continued to advocate for mental health awareness among young people. An and Kwa collaborated on several initiatives, further strengthening their bond and expanding their collective impact. Through mentorship, they had created a legacy of hope, resilience, and support that transcended generations. Each story, each life changed, was a testament to the power of connection and the belief that together, they could overcome any challenge. As An looked to the future, he knew that the work of mentorship was never truly done. There would always be more young people to empower, more stories to share, and more lives to change. With each step forward, he remained committed to nurturing a world where mentorship thrived, and every individual felt seen, valued, and supported. And so, with a heart full of gratitude and a vision for the future, An continued his journey, knowing that the spirit of mentorship would forever guide him, a beacon of hope for generations to come. As An sat in his office one evening, surrounded by photographs of smiling ments and mentors from around the world, he felt a deep sense of fulfillment. The foundation had grown beyond his wildest dreams, creating a vibrant community of support and empowerment. Each success story reaffirmed his belief in the transformative power of mentorship. Reflecting on his journey, he thought of Min, the soldier whose selfless act had ignited his passion for helping others. Min's legacy lived on in every young person whose life had been touched by mentorship. With Kwa's foundation thriving and initiatives expanding globally, An felt a profound connection to the future they were shaping together. He envisioned a world where every young person had access to a mentor, a world where struggles could be shared openly, and dreams could be pursued fearlessly. He saw a network of compassionate individuals, united by a shared commitment to uplift one another, breaking barriers and building bridges across communities. In the coming months, An planned to launch a global mentorship summit, bringing together leaders, educators, and young people to celebrate their collective achievements and discuss the future of mentorship. He wanted to foster collaboration and inspire new initiatives, ensuring that the movement continued to gain momentum. As he finalized the details for the summit, An received a heartfelt message from a former mentee, now a successful entrepreneur. "Thank you for believing in me, An. Your support changed my life. I want to give back and inspire others, just like you did for me." With tears in his eyes, An realized that this was the essence of mentorship, a cycle of giving, a tapestry woven with stories of hope and resilience. He smiled, knowing that every act of kindness had the power to ripple through time, creating a legacy that would endure. As the sun set on another day filled with purpose, An felt grateful for the path he had chosen. The journey was not always easy, but every challenge had led to growth, and every connection had illuminated the way forward. With renewed determination, he looked toward the horizon, ready to embrace the future. He knew that together, with the strength of community and the spirit of mentorship, they could continue to change lives and build a brighter world for generations to come.